Welcome, everyone. I am so thankful that you are here. Welcome to this Coach Opportunity Sneak Peek. I'm going to share a little bit about myself and our team, and then we're going to kind of go through a couple coaches who have hopped on to share common questions that I get or that we get about coaching, and just to give you a fuller view and idea of what this opportunity is all about, and also what our team is about. And so if you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat function. And at the end, we'll come back and answer anything that hasn't been answered through the presentation. So I want to welcome you guys here tonight. My name is Kelly Brown. I have been a coach for 6 years, and I'm the, founding coach, you would say, of the Freedom Family, which is the big umbrella of our team that is here tonight. I started coaching after having my fifth baby. He was about 9 months old, and I was really stuck in a rut of trying to find something that worked. But I really at the time battled a lot with yo-yo dieting, whatever was the quick fix. I had a lot of just negative body image issues. And I had tried a program called Insanity on its own that I ordered off an infomercial and just didn't see the progress that I wanted. So I decided to try one of these challenge groups and to try this product called Shakeology I kept hearing about, that I thought was ridiculously expensive, and I liked to chew my food. But you know what I was doing wasn't working, and I was ready to try something different. And that first step into that challenge group, it was a 10-day group just to test it out, truly was a transformational 10 days. I lost weight, but even more, I found this community. That was something that was a component that was really missing. And so I decided to jump in right away. I signed up as a coach to do my first challenge group, which was a 90-day challenge. At the time, my desire was literally only to be a coach for the discount on our products, which I'll share more about later, as well as because I wanted that community. And we, as a family with 5 children and my husband working for a nonprofit, every dollar really, really had to go strategically. So any way that I could save, I was looking for. And so what happened, though, was 90 days later, I had such an amazing internal transformation. Not only did I get into extremely good shape and I felt strong, I was feeling this freedom, hence our team name, that I'd never felt before. And all I knew when I told my husband that I wanted to actually do the business side more with coaching than just digging in and enjoying the perks was that if I could help one woman feel how I felt, it was worth working the business. And so I started off just wanting to help a few people to help cover the cost of my product. And then over time, as our family continued to grow, I saw this opportunity as a way to fill the gaps in our budget and create up to a full-time income to help our family so that my husband didn't have to take a lot of side jobs. But as you can hear from my story, I didn't go in and just decide this is it. It was a progress. It was a process. It was a journey. And through that journey, the mission of our team was developed. So our mission as the Freedom Family is to embrace freedom, to share truth, and inspire hope. And so what does that mean? Embracing freedom in our life through self-care, through finding comfort in our skin, through embracing the way that God made us and understanding that we truly, truly are a gift meant to be loved, to finding freedom in our marriage, to finding freedom in our motherhood. It's embracing that in every aspect of our life through the vehicle of health, wellness, and community. And when we do that, then sharing the truth through confidence and courage, with encouraging one another in our challenge groups, with leaning on, and just when you have more confidence, you love better, you love harder, you have the ability to love your family more, you have the ability to speak truth to others and to encourage and uplift them. And when you do share that truth, and in the coaching opportunity, when you share that truth to others, you're able to inspire hope in people to take a step into their journey of freedom. And that is really what we do. And we partner with the company Beachbody. Beachbody is where we get our resources. They are an amazing company that celebrated 20 years this year when the program Transform 20 released. Beachbody has products that have dated back to Rev Abs and Turbo Jam with Chalene Johnson and P90X with Tony Horton. And now we have more, this 21-day fix, nutrition programs like 2B Mindset, Ultimate Portion Fix, supplements like Shakeology and the Performance line, which is been endorsed by the Ironman Association. So many amazing tools and products, personal trainers and nutritionists that we have access to connect those that we serve with the tools. And then our job is to be the encourager because we're in it with them. And so tonight, I've invited some of the members of the Freedom family to come and share some of the ways that the coaching opportunity has blessed their life, as well as answer some of those questions that we commonly get. When people are asked, do you ever think about coaching? We should all have like questions. It's good to have a question. And once we get through some of these questions towards the end, I will share more about how you get started as a coach. So I'm going to reach out to Angie Bradley first. Hey, Angie, you need to unmute you. You got it?
I got it.
Okay. Awesome. All right, Angie. So can you tell us a little bit about you and how you got started?
Okay. So I am a homeschooling mom of 9. I have some are in school, some are homeschooled, some are in college. I have one getting married in a couple weeks, kind of all over the place with the kids. And I started coaching when I was expecting baby number 9. I decided that at like 7 months pregnant, that'd be the perfect time to start coaching because I looked like a fitness model, right? So I am the perfect example of you don't have to be at your goal weight to start doing this because I definitely was not at my goal weight. I was 30 pounds more. But I got started because I really loved the fitness aspect and I really loved the chance to be able to reach out to other people and to help them on their journey because so many of my friends and just people I knew were confused about nutrition. They're confused about all the different information and there's not a lot of guidance out there. There's just a lot of information and no one to walk with you. And having that chance and that opportunity to walk with people and to say, look, this is what's worked for me. I'm not an expert, but this is what's worked for me. And I would love to have you give it a try and see if it works for you. So I don't have to be an expert, which is awesome because I'm not. I like to read this stuff and I think it's fun to learn about nutrition and fitness. I really enjoy it and have for a long time, but I never was an expert. So I never felt like I could give people a recommendation. But knowing that I have trainers behind me and nutritionists who have backed me up with the programs that we have, I can say, I really think that I could recommend this for you and give it a try. And if it doesn't fit, we'll try something else. There's so many other options now. So that's kind of how I got started at 8 months pregnant.
I love that. That's like my favorite because I think for us, something we've all learned, if you don't know the large majority of our team, we average 12 to 14 babies born on our team a year of just the moms having babies. And so I love that it's an environment where whatever season you're in, like you're going to have support, you know what I mean? And you don't stop being healthy because you're pregnant, which I didn't know that when I had my first 2.
Right.
but I learned. Can you share a little bit as a homeschooling mom of 9, how you're able to balance, and balance is such the wrong word, but how you're able to make time for your coaching business while also, keeping up with all of the other things?
So I used to try to fit it all in all day long, and that didn't work. So what I have learned that I have to do, at least for me, is that I need to kind of block out my time. So I have a chunk in the morning where I kind of take care of myself, and then I have another chunk where I do my homeschooling stuff. And then after I've attended to those things, then I do my Beachbody. So, and I probably spend an hour to an hour and a half at about noontime when everybody's done with school and they're ready for a break from me. I let them have a break and they can play or do whatever they want to do for an hour and a half, and I do my work. And then if I have extra stuff I need to do, I can do it later. But generally, I get everything I need to do done in that hour and a half every day. And so it's not, if I try to fit it in all day long, I never feel like I get done. And I like to be able to say, oh, I'm done. I can close my computer. I can spend time with my husband. I can spend time with my kids. I can love on my family. I don't have to keep wondering, have I got more stuff to do?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And I love that if you guys, when you join the team, we have checklists and things to help. So when you sit down for your work, you have a tool to help you focus on what you need to do when you're doing it. Yes.
I have it right here. It's right next to my computer, right where I'm supposed to.
That's perfect.
But I have it, and I have that checklist, and then I know I'm done all the things I'm supposed to do. I've checked all the boxes, and then I can say my work is done. So I don't have to wait till my end of my shift at Target. I don't have to wait till my boss says I can go. I can just, oh, I got it all done. I'm done in 20 minutes today. Great. It took me 2 hours tomorrow. Okay. But I end up getting it done in about an hour. But you could do it in less time if you were doing less work than I was. But I'm trying to push a little bit harder this season.
I love that. So can you share a little bit about how coaching has blessed your life and made an impact?
Okay, so I'm going to tell a little bit about my kind of history and then how this all kind of fits into my life. So I always wanted to be kind of a counselor or a therapist. And so what I wanted to do was initially I wanted to work with kids, and I wanted to help them kind of find a safe place in their home. And I ended up, whenever I did go outside of the house to work, I worked with kids in foster care who were removed from their homes and kids who were in very dire situations. Oftentimes went to court, stuff like that. But what I found was I didn't want to be away from my kids. Sorry. And so I stopped working so that I could stay home. And this kind of serendipitously came into my life at a time when I would be able to, at 8 months pregnant, and I was able to kind of take this on. And what I found was a lot of the things that I recommended as a therapist, having the parents exercise so that they weren't so angry all the time, having them take better care of themselves so that they felt better about themselves, so they took better care of their kids. Like a lot of the stuff I recommended to the parents as like self-care for their homes, I was then able to translate into just the people I knew. Like it doesn't have to be a dire situation for a mom to not be taking care of herself. It can be that she just feels so tired and exhausted all the time. And I can reach out and say, look, would you like to try this with me? I will walk with you. And this gives you kind of that safe place that I always wanted people to have, because so many people feel so alone. And this gave me a chance and a purpose and a reason to reach out and to connect with people where I didn't feel like I was necessarily being nosy, because I had something to offer them. I had a lifeline that I could send to them and say, look, I have this nutrition thing. Would you like to try it with me? I will walk with you. I have these fitness things. I would love it if you gave it a shot, because I think it might make a difference in your depression or your postpartum or any of that stuff. And we have fitness programs for your kids if you want to do it with them. And all of those things have blessed other people's lives. And I get to make a difference from my home with my kids playing with Legos in the background while I'm reaching out to these moms. And it has become almost a mission for me, because I feel like I can use this as a way to bless other people's lives and not have to have it take away from my own family.
I love that. I love that so much. And I love how you just shared mission, like finding like what your mission is for the business and how it's been able to work and bless you and your family. That's so good. Thank you so much, Angie. I love that we can collaborate. The other things that are fun about this, I didn't even say this at the beginning, I'm a mom with 8. I don't think I said how many kids I have, which is weird. Normally that's the first thing I say. But we all lean in as moms to help make sure like we're doing a mission that fills that mom cup so that we can pour more into our kids. And Angie's definitely a huge support with the skills that she has. So thank you so much for sharing tonight. I'm going to ask Angela if she can unmute. Angela is a newer coach on our team, and I asked her to come tonight to share a little bit from the perspective of someone who has just started kind of digging into the business side. So you can see that, there's some of us that are, I guess you would call veterans, and some of us who are more newbies on the team, but to show the different ways that this opportunity has really been a blessing. So Angela, can you tell me a little bit about just how and why you got started?
Yeah, so I am a mom of two. I'm so confused about how old they actually are. So I've just been saying they will be 3 and 2 in November because that's as close as I can get right now. But I started my health journey about a year and a half ago, almost exactly. I was just calculating it. It was last February. And I had a 15-month-old and a 3-month-old. And literally the week after I started, just with my workouts, not before I did the whole coaching thing, just to show that you literally don't have to have your crap together to do this. We were moving from Michigan to Missouri. The week after I started, our house started leaking because the snow dammed in our gutters, and it started leaking into my bedroom with my newborn and into our kitchen. We had to have our house torn apart for 3 days. And my husband was out of town during all of this and trying to situate the new job. And I was doing my workouts and trying to eat normal food, or, to eat good food. And then the month that we were moving is when I started coaching. And I started kind of similarly to Kelly, not necessarily looking to build a massive, 6-figure business or anything like that. I thought, hey, this stuff is awesome. This is working really well for me. I feel better than I've ever felt. I can run up the stairs without being out of breath. And well, your heart rate's up a little bit, but you weren't like dying just walking up the stairs. And I just wanted to share it with somebody else if I could. And if I could use a little bit of that to kind of reduce the investment that we were putting in, because obviously we were moving. We did not have all this extra cash laying around. What we had was going to our down payment and our move and the flight that we had to take to get there. So I started, and I had honestly very limited success. I had a very poor leader who was very much the thing that everybody fears that these things are going to be, that it's going to be all pressure and all about the money and the goals and if you didn't do it on her schedule and her way, then you were out. That was it. Like, you weren't going to get the support that you needed. And it burned me out. And so I pressed pause. And for my own personal health journey, I switched to being under Kelly. And it took a good probably 6 months before she was able to kind of just love me back into it. She just supported me where I was and, helped me through the things that I was going through in my own personal, weight loss journey that I've been on for a year and a half now. And just the support that I got through that without even being a coach was amazing. That's what really brought me back into it. I followed different members of her team on social media before I started coaching again. And it was just amazing to see legitimately the camaraderie and the community spirit and the moms helping moms. And I never had that anywhere. And it was just amazing to have that support behind you. We've been going through a lot in the last few months with anxiety from my husband and recently for me. And my grandmother passed away a few weeks ago, and the team support has just been amazing. But with Kelly, I've just not felt, on this team, I've not felt any pressure to hit any certain goals. It's all about what my goals are, where do I want to go? And my goal is to help cover my own investment and my own, shake costs so that I can keep drinking the shake that helps me so much with my mood and, just kind of decrease the stress on our family financially, because we are working on getting out of debt. And I've learned how, as a new coach, I do consider myself a new coach still, even though I did technically start a year and a half ago with like a 6 or 8 month gap in the middle there, because I'm really just relearning everything about how to just share your journey, just share what you're doing, share what's working for you, reach out and encourage other people, and just kind of give them a helping hand to get started. And a lot of the benefit really comes from the joy of seeing, like, having a friend message you or text you and say, hey, this happened today, or I fit in those pants, or I did this and it didn't, kill me, or I said no to a brownie at dinner tonight. And those things are just, the little things that brought me so much joy. and the peace, the freedom, and the community that we need so much, especially when you're a newer mom. I mean, I'm sure as an older or a more experienced mother, you're not old,
No.
a more experienced mother, a mother with more children.
I love it. No worries.
But
That's awesome.
And then I was just going to share one more thing too.
Sure.
It's been so much more than weight loss. Like before, when I first started, it was all the weight loss was great and it was incredible, but I was still angry a lot. I was stressed. I was just surviving. I was reacting to everything that happened in my day. I didn't have a plan. And coaching and the team mentality and having to prioritize things, like Angie said, you've got to have a goal and like a schedule for what you're going to do when, or you won't get everything that you need to done. It's really helped me find my true self and learn how to be unapologetically me, share myself vulnerably where I hadn't before. I'm an extreme introvert, in case you didn't know. Like, I'm the person that would rather sit on the couch all night at home than do anything else. Like, I put off going to the grocery store as long as I can. But it's really just helped me find a true peace. And if you ask my husband, he would tell you that too, that I'm a completely different person than I was 6 months ago.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. And so for you and your season with 2 little ones, how do you fit the business activities in?
So right now I'm really lucky that they both nap at the same time. So as soon as I put them down, I eat lunch with them now. I used to eat lunch after I put them down when their nap times were a little more staggered, but I usually get a good hour then when I put them down that I can get my work done. And I just have to be really efficient because the younger one has decided that naps are not as fun, and she'll sometimes sleep for an hour and sometimes she'll sleep for 2 hours. So I have to plan as if I'm only going to have an hour to get everything done that I need to do for that day. So I'll do things like set a timer for a certain activity so that I'm not getting stuck doing something else, and just, you've got to stay focused with what you're doing in that moment. And then if I don't get it done that day, I have to either plan to do it the next day, or I take a little bit of time out of my evening after I put them to bed. I tell my husband, hey, I need to do a little bit of work first, and then we'll go watch a show or something.
I love that. Thank you. Yeah, I think that that's one thing that's very key is since I always thought I was an organized person, and then becoming a coach, I've learned more about planning and prioritizing and organizing based on seasons more than ever. For sure. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. It's so good to hear. And one thing Angela's been doing, which is exciting when you become a coach, is you kind of find your niche. Like Angie talked about how she found through her counseling and how she wants to connect and help these moms. And with Angela, like, she just ran this amazing group for our team on Healthy on a Budget, because the debt-free is like what she's super passionate about working on with her husband. And she was able to use the tools she's learning to just give value for free, no strings, just to offer it, and then offer also this opportunity as a way, because it's something that they're utilizing as well. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here tonight to share. I'm so excited that you just are having the internal, external, financial, all the above experience that you're having, because that's just amazing to hear. Thank you. So what I'm going to do is talk about the fun stuff. And I say that, I should quote it. The 2 questions you might be wondering, how do you make money as a coach, and how do you get started? So I'm going to talk a little bit about this, but I'm going to preface this to let you know that everyone who invited you tonight, there is a little PDF they're going to send you as a follow-up that has an overview of what I'm going to share, written in a pretty graphic, just so that you have it in front of you. And that it's good to ask questions. So read over it and ask good questions. I think that, it's something that it's an amazing part of this opportunity that's sometimes overlooked, that you get to do this from home. You get to dig into your journey, and that you also can earn an income from it. So the first thing is, how do we earn? As a Beachbody coach, when you partner with this amazing company, every time someone purchases something from you earn a commission. The commission varies from 25% to 40%, depending on what it is. And we're big believers on our team of connecting people to the proper tools that align with their goals. So as a new coach, you learn really good listening skills, which I've actually poured into my marriage and my motherhood, of how to hear for people's needs, like Angie talked about, and know what people need. And so, we have nutrition programs that we have, supplements that help, we have workout programs that are amazing. And so, but you earn a commission. So retail is the first means that you're able to earn an income in this business. And the beauty is, through retail, just the retail side, as a coach, for you to sign up, if you were to help 3 people with our little packages that a lot of you probably purchased, a challenge pack, which is Shakeology, and a program, helping 3 people covers your cost, which is a huge blessing, because a lot of times we're like, well, how much do I need to do to earn back my investment? Helping 3 people, and so it can be scary at first to reach out to people, but it's a beautiful gift that you can give when you have a team behind you that's helping you know how to serve people well. So the first way is through income, through retail. The second is a team, building a team. Our Freedom Family team, the way it works is you help other people start their business. In multi-level marketing, it's kind of like having little franchises, and you get to help people open their own business. And as their sponsor, you help them, you connect them to the tools to start their business, you train them on how to manage their time, and give them the tools to know what to do to build their business successfully, and troubleshoot and goal plan. It doesn't take a ton of time, because we do a lot of this together in mastermind type round table groups, so that because we're a lot of moms, so I'm not going to work 5 to 6 hours a day. But when you start to build a team and your team starts to find success, then you get a portion of that success, kind of like a little kickback called a bonus, which comes. And that, what I love about this business is that your income is really a reflection of how many people you're helping. So you don't, just by signing up people, all of a sudden get a ton of money. It's not like the age-old pyramid scheme that people think of sometimes when they think of MLMs. The beauty of the way Beachbody's compensation plan is structured is you help people find success, and then you get a little bit of a compensation for that through a bonus. But the people that you're serving on your team, they could pass you up in your income if they work to that level. There's no cap. There's no requirement to, when you sign up as a coach, oh, you better help 3 people this month or you're done. Like, you set your goals of what it means for you. And so there's no pressure to hit a sales quota. It's literally your goal. And if you've heard, a lot of us started with different goals. My first goal was to save on my income, on my product, and then to help 1 person. And then it turned into $200 a month just to help us, so that Courtney could say no, because he was a speaker on the side of his job, to one of his speaking jobs. And then it was $500 a month. And now, it's been able to help fill the gap, so he doesn't have to take second jobs, and to help pay for a lot of our needs and things. And it continues to grow as our family grows to fill those gaps. And so the beauty, though, of that is that I never had pressure to have big goals. The goals have to align with your season and what you find that you want to do. I will tell you that the team building part, what's beautiful about it is I couldn't help as many people as I want to if I had to do it all on my own. And the beauty of building a team is you have a mission, and everybody on this team, as they build their teams, those that choose to have a mission for their teams, but they find that they're a common thread of wanting to help people find freedom, wanting to help people break free from things and find joy and peace in the journey. And so that's the second way that you're able to earn. If you're ever interested in looking at the policies and procedures, or to understand the comp plan, if that's your thing, we have a full copy of it, just in case anyone, I've had people before just want to take a look at it, and it was really good for them to be able to read through. So please just ask, and your coach that invited you can share that with you. But I wanted to address the kind of common concerns. You don't have to, you're not required to sell things as a coach. My hope is you would be inspired and want to help 1 person, 2 people at least at some point. But it's not like breathing down your neck, pressuring you to do so. But the beauty is you have the ability to build this business to make whatever income you desire. I have friends that have made 6 figures. I have friends that make millions. I have friends that make a good part-time income working 10 hours a week from home on their own schedule. So it's just beautiful how you can make it fit. And then for some, it's more of a hobby where they want to cover their costs and make a little extra money for date night. Whatever this can do for you is what we want to connect you to. And so you set your goals and we support you in that goal. But the two main ways of earning are through your retail, and then if you decide you want to grow a team, through that bonus, the cycle bonus that comes from what you help your team to accomplish. So the last thing is, how do you get started as a coach? Well, to invest to become a coach, you have to spend $40, which is pretty inexpensive for such an amazing opportunity. I've heard of MLMs and other companies where when you have to make an investment, it's thousands. We do not stock product. I do not have 20 boxes of Shakeology in that yellow cabinet. I do not have to stock Energize, although we kind of do because we drink it all the time. I do not have to keep things in my home. Beachbody takes care of everything. I paid a $40 fee, which actually was waived because I bought a challenge pack. So when you buy a challenge pack, because you want to be using the product if you're going to be helping people with it, which most of you I'm assuming are, then the $40 is waived. If you already purchased a challenge pack and you sign up as a coach, you pay the $40, you fill out a form, tell them when you purchased your challenge pack, and they reimburse you the $40, which is like amazing to me. Then after that, you pay $15.95 a month to be a coach. That covers your websites, customer support, product support. You get 25% off all your products. So your Shakeology, it reduces like $97 a month. Other products, you can do the math. I'm not a math person. That's the only math I kind of know. So we talked about that at our Wine and Why Friday. I'm not a math person, but you save 25%, which is amazing. And you have that $15.95 fee a month to become a part of this. What are some of the other perks of coaching I wanted to share? You get added community. When you become a coach, you take your health journey a little more seriously, but not in a pressure way of like, oh my gosh, I can't eat brownies. Like you could have been at my house Friday night. We had a wine and wine night. We had dessert. Like it's not like that scarcity, or I don't even know what the right word is, like treat, cheat, mindset of perfection. It's being real, but it's almost taking yourself a little more seriously as a person who can influence people positively through your struggles as much as through your wins. Other perks of coaching, you save 25%. You get access to go to events like Beachbody Summit, where you can go, even if you were a coach just for the discount, you can go work out with Tony Horton and Chalene Johnson and Shaun T and Jericho Nick Matthews. You can go to live workouts with the trainers. There is an opportunity to earn a trip. I've earned a trip to Punta Cana this spring that I'm possibly could go on with my husband if I choose to. Like those are other perks of it. We have personally team retreats. This February, we're going to Pigeon Forge for a weekend for a team retreat that I host for our team. Just more community that can help you in your business and in life, which is a big perk from coaching. I want to make sure, because I did write things down and I could easily ramble on, but I want to respect your time to make sure I didn't miss anything else. We also, as a team, when you sign up as a team, as a part of our team, host weekly webinars. They're about 30 to 45 minutes on a good night. We do love to chat. But we do training to teach you the basics of how to invite people and how to serve people and what your mission is and how to run. If social media is your avenue, and if social media is not your avenue, then how you want to reach people, whether it's through starting different groups that you can meet people if you choose to want to build the business. And then I would say that the last thing that is a huge perk about coaching is there's not a corner of my life this business opportunity has not touched. I have grown in my marriage. I have grown as a mom. I have grown as a friend. I have grown as a woman. I have grown in my faith. And what I love with our team, it's a little unique to other teams, is faith is very central to our team. We pray at the end of our webinars. There's no pressure. I don't mean to ever force my faith on others, but it's been a place where God is very much the center, and we love one another to help each other become our best selves. Not in the earthly sense, like in the deep filled purpose, who you're called to be sense. And when you sign up as a coach, there's no obligation to coach for a certain amount of time. If you decide at any point that you don't want to coach anymore, you just fill out a cancellation form and there's no penalty. There's also no hard feelings. I mean, we hate to see people go, but we love people no matter where they are. We are here to serve people in wherever they're called to go, to be in this journey. As a coach, my vision for this team, and I've shared this before with my coaches, is after coaching for about 4 years, I had a mentor and friend of mine ask me, what do you see for your team? And our team at that point was just called Team Freedom. And I really kind of prayed on it for a while and started to really think and dream more about what this could be, because you guys, I didn't even share any of this, but I'm a theology and philosophy major who used to teach high school theology, and I went and got my master's in theology, which I didn't finish because I had 3 babies during it, because I just love to learn, who struggled with handfuls of dark chocolate chips, emotional eating, disordered eating, and total body shame, who's now a mom of 8 children, 7 here and 1 in heaven, who has learned to stop shaming herself all the time and to love exercise, which is still weird for me, and to learn to overcome fear of food through hard seasons. I have seasons still that are challenging, but I'm surrounded. And I've learned that all of this can be used as a lesson to help women. And that's all I ever wanted to do. I majored in theology and philosophy with a desire to teach authentic feminism in a university. That was my big dream. And now I get to teach authentic feminism in small groups where we learn to love one another as women. And my hope and my dream for the Freedom Family, which is what we changed our name to, is that this team will transform families. When you become a coach, I want your marriage to be blessed. I want your family to be blessed. I want you to look in the mirror and smile at who God made you to be. I want you to have the confidence and courage that makes you nervous and excited at the same time to invite somebody to do this with you, because you get to help someone else find freedom in who they're made to be, because you're an example and a light to them. And I have this vision of husbands and wives hugging and laughing and smiling, and children running around, and there's bubbles in the air and streamers from the ground and what's that stuff? Confetti, my brain, and all sorts of just celebrating of freedom and families, because we live in a culture where women struggle, beat their bodies down, marriages are strained, and we doubt ourselves as moms all the time. And if you're not a mom yet, or you're not called to that, just as women, we struggle to believe we're enough. And this is a safe place in a team whose mission is to break those walls down through health, wellness, and community. And so if this could be something that could bless you, we ask that you take this tonight and ask questions, please. Ask, what are your fears? Get them out. But don't let that hold you back if this could bless you the way that it's blessed us and so many others on this team as it continues to grow. And I just want to thank you for taking the time to be here tonight. We're excited to be welcoming you guys to the team. We're excited that you took the time to be here to see if this is for you. We're excited to have you in our challenge groups. If this isn't for you and you want to be a challenger for the rest of your life and that's it, that's fine too. We're just blessed with the ability to serve, and that you would take the time to be here with us and to support this mission, because, it's funny, but I just get super fired up when I talk about it. Even when I talk to my children, my family very much loves what I get to do. And we've had to navigate that even on ourselves, what does that look like? And so it's not that it's perfect, and it's not that there's seasons, but it's definitely a blessing. And yes, like Angie said, to pray on that decision, because there are things sometimes I don't feel like doing, but I know God's like, yeah, you do. You need to do that. And so you step into it with courage that he will lead. You know what I mean? And so I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you, everyone, I'm just going to make sure there's not any questions. Oh, yes. Angela mentioned that if you're a military or a military spouse, your monthly fee is actually waived, and you don't have to, your $40 fee is waived as well, which is amazing. So it's a great perk that Beachbody offers to the military. So I'm going to close with some prayer. Before I do, I'm just going to remind you, your coach will be following up, and they have that information for you. There's that PDF that covers the perks of coaching, and another one that shares kind of like a scale of the different levels of commitment, because sometimes you could say like, I want to be a coach and do this sort of thing, and you'll see that there's a place for you when you see the graphics, which is why we have them to share. So let's go ahead and pray. Heavenly Father, I'm so grateful for everyone who is here tonight and those that are listening to this recording. I ask that you would bless them, that you would bless the time they've spent here tonight, that some piece of this evening will bless their journey in some way. Lord, for those that are called to be a part of our team, I ask that you would give them the courage and confidence and peace to have a good and meaningful conversation with the coach who invited them, that they would have their questions and needs answered, that this opportunity could bless them how it's blessed us, and that you would help them to make the right decision for them and for their families. And I'm so grateful, God, for the opportunity for us to use the amazing tools from the company of Beachbody to bless the lives of others, and to do it in a way that's in community, that draws us close to one another as women, lifts one another up, and truly helps us to be a light in this world of what freedom is, and helps us to break free from the shame and things that hold us back. And Lord, I thank you for the blessing it is to serve here and to be a part of this team with these beautiful women and men that are here and that are just a part of the Team Freedom family. And I thank you for all the work that you continue to do in our lives. And we pray all of these things in your most holy name. Amen. Thank you, guys. Have an amazing evening. Take care.